Good afternoon. My name is Pauline Ann Norman. I am a doctoral student at Aspen University. I am completing this PowerPoint presentation as a prerequisite for the Psychology of Leadership, EDP 810, for Dr. Nadia Palomino. Neuroscience and Leadership. Slide 1. The emergence of neurosciences. The scientific study of the nervous system, in particular the brain and its influence on behavior and cognitive function, is known as neurosciences. It is composed of subfields that study how brain processes affect human thoughts, emotions, and behavior, such as behavioral neuroscience and neuropsychology. A recent interdisciplinary field called neuroleadership integrates knowledge from leadership techniques and neuroscientific research. In 2005, Dr. David Rock's book, Your Brain at Work, popularized the term neuroleadership. By incorporating understanding of how the brain works, neuroleadership aims to improve conventional ideas of leadership and increase the efficacy of leadership in organizational, decision-making, change management, and interpersonal dynamics. The SCARF model, developed by David Rock, stands for status, certainty, autonomy, relatedness, and fairness. Leaders who are able to comprehend and manage these 5 realms may promote a more positive and productive environment. Our position in relation to others determines our status. It has to do with how we see our place in a social or professional hierarchy. According to neuroscientists, status changes can have an impact on our social position and sense of self. The brain is sensitive to these changes. When an increase in social status is perceived, it activates the nucleus accumbens and the amygdala, while a decrease in social status can activate the insula, anterior cingulate cortex, and somatosensory cortex. By acknowledging accomplishments, giving credit where credit is due, and creating growth opportunities, leaders can elevate their status. Reducing someone's standing may cause them to act defensively or stop participating. In our surroundings, certainty is necessary for predictability and clarity. It's the degree to which we have confidence in the course of events to come. According to neuroscientists, the brain is programmed to reduce ambiguity by evoking a sensation of threat and triggering the limbic system, which can cause tension and anxiety. End of slide 1. Leaders can reduce uncertainty by communicating clear expectations, providing regular updates, and creating structural environments. The feeling of control over our surroundings and choices is what we call autonomy. It is the capacity for decision-making and influence on the events of our lives. According to neuroscientists, when a leader fosters greater autonomy, followers are less stressed and more driven. A stress reaction brought on by a lack of autonomy may make one feel weak, even helpless. The term relatedness describes how we feel about ourselves in relation to other people. The way the brain interprets physical safety and social bonds is similar. Fear reaction arises when we feel alone, but reward responses arise when we feel connected. Collaboration, trust, and team building are ways to increase relatedness. The idea of fairness is that things are reasonable and equal. On the other hand, unfairness might set off a threat response that can result in conflict. By addressing these issues of inequality, guaranteeing equal opportunity, and being open and honest in their decision making, leaders can advance justice. Cooperation and trust are increased by fairness. End of slide 2. How does neuroscience relate to leadership? 2024 claims that a deeper comprehension of the neurological underpinnings of leadership behaviors and traits has been facilitated by the merging of neuroscience and leadership development. Neuroscience provides valuable insights into the workings of the brain and how leaders may leverage this knowledge to effectively modify employee behavior and transform organizations. One key element of neurosciences is it can be used in decision making in the workplace. The limbic system and prefrontal cortex interact to drive the neuronal mechanisms underlying cognitive functions. These systems are in charge of reasoning, problem solving, and executive functioning. Well-informed decision-making process, risk management, and the ability to balance emotional and rational variables are all characteristics of effective leaders. To be emotionally intelligent means to be able to identify, comprehend, and control one's feelings. An essential element that incorporates the amygdala, prefrontal brain, and limbic system is empathy. Leaders with higher levels of neural activity in these areas are better in social awareness, emotional recognition, and empathy. By integrating emotional intelligence into their leadership development, executives can improve team dynamics by cultivating productive and interpersonal interactions. The way the brain reacts to stress can affect how effective a leader is. Leaders who comprehend the neurobiology of stress can design personal stress management plans and foster a work atmosphere where employees experience as little stress as possible. To help control the brain's stress reaction, leaders can employ a variety of strategies like mindfulness and resilience training. Neuroscientific findings on effective communication is critical for leadership. The brain's neurons located in the inferior parietal cortex, premotor cortex, supplementary motor area, and the primary and secondary somatosensory cortex play a crucial role in empathetic, persuasive communication. Rao 2024 states that leaders who possess strong communication skills can leverage understanding of how mirror neurons influence connection, trust, and engagement within their teams. This allows leaders to convey messages more effectively, inspire others, and build team cohesion. Next slide. Through the application of practical tactics that will result in both individual and organizational transformation, neuroscientific knowledge can be utilized to alter behavior inside an organization. The forebrain's base contains a collection of nuclei known as the basal ganglia, which are linked to both cognitive and affective processes related to pattern recognition. As a result, it is crucial for the establishment of habits, rewards, reinforcement, and behavioral choices. One neurotransmitter connected to the pleasure region is dopamine. Understanding the neuroscience underlying behavior and reward, leaders may help their teams make seamless transitions by using incentives or motivational techniques on the brain in addition to rewards. Next slide. How could it benefit your work setting? Neuroscience can be used to conduct neuroassessments in the workplace to help develop leaders. The quantitative electroencephalogram screening could help the staff members with the individual coachee profiles. Coachees can receive customized solutions via a customized neuroscreening program like the QEEG. According to Finkelkertz 2019, the QEEG profile allows coaches and trainers to assess deep dynamic neurological mechanisms that underlie baseline traits and features essential for effective, flexible, and sustainable leadership, as well as track their development over time. Neurosciences will be used to help improve communication in the workplace via brain processes, such as how the brain's mirror neurons, which aid in empathy, understanding, and behavior, will help the leadership. Leaders who possess empathy can use tailored messages that are more effective. Leaders who are aware of their emotions respond effectively in a calm manner, which improves communication and understanding. Neuroscience purports that active listening engages different parts of the brain, which enhances understanding and retention of information. Active listening will be used to give timely feedback to help develop trust and foster positive relationships, better communication, and have fewer conflicts. A leadership with superior communication skills can aid in helping their team transition from one phase over a specified period of time to reduce resistance to change and to align employees with organizational goals, values, and the mission statement. Part of communication is implementing effective strategies for both individuals and organizational change. Understanding how the brain responds to goal setting, coaches and mentors can help individuals reach their short term and long term goals. This will lead to a more satisfied and productive workforce. The brain's prefrontal cortex and limbic system help with decision making. Learning will be included in all activities in the workplace, with a focus on effective decision making via the brain's neural mechanisms and how to improve information retention. Technology will be used in the training, learning, and decision making process.